People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life.
And I didn't know I had gone septic until like I went home. So I didn't realize that those two things are the same thing. So anyway, ended up having the surgery, and the doctor came in to tell us, he was like, so this is probably going to be a series of procedures. And I was like, what?
I'm not even worried about the stone at this point.
Right. He's like, I'm not worried about the stone at this point. I'm going to get a stent in to open it up. We just got to get rid of the infection. And I was like, oh man. He's like, only thing I can do, and I can try, but if it doesn't work, I'm not pushing it, is I can put a basket up there and try and crush the stone and pull it through. But sometimes what they have to do is they have to put a little bit of it, because it's a 1/2-inch stone and a 1/4-inch tube, they have to cut the tube a little bit to make it a little wider to be able to get it all through. And he was like, you have an infection right now. There is no chance I am cutting anything. So I was like, okay, I get it. I was like, I'm disappointed. It's not your fault. I'm just disappointed. I thought it was going to be a one and done thing. You know, I was wrong. So anyway, ended up having the surgery. And that's when I had the fentanyl, because it's a weekend thing. And they were just, everybody was there except for, there was supposed to be 2 anesthesiologists. One anesthesiologist was there. The other one had to do something, some emergency, like breathe tube, whatever that's called, down somebody on the way down. So we were waiting for that guy. And that's when the anesthesiologist that was there, he was like, you seem like you're in a bit of pain. I was like, oh. He's like, I don't like leaving people in pain. I'm going to give you some fentanyl. And I was like, he's like, don't worry. It's not the stuff on the streets. This isn't going to hurt you. I was like, okay. And so he gave me half a dose. And he goes, you get the other half when we start surgery. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was boom. I was like, whoa. He's like, yeah, right? That's good. That's amazing.
All right, quick. Like, give a testimonial for drugs.
It was amazing. And so anyway, it still scares the crap out of me. But it was, yeah, it works. And so anyway, they went back, did the surgery. And he got the stone in the basket, was able to crush it and take it out. But he was like, I'm pretty sure I got everything. But there was so much infection and just in there that it was hard to be sure.
It was like operating through a milk jug, he said, with the infection that he had to deal with.
That's gross. So anyway, and that was in me. Whoa. But so then I'm like, okay, well, that's that. And then
but then he said, I don't know that I got everything, but I can't give you another CT scan because you've had too many. You've
had so many. You've had so much radiation. I don't want to give you any more radiation. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I have pain. I'm still in pain in the same spot. I'm having the stabbing pain that's lifting me up off the bed. I'm having pain when I just get up to use the bathroom. Pain, pain, pain. I don't know why you're in pain. I have no idea why you're in pain. We're going to send you for a CT. Wait, what? Well, unfortunately, we need to be sure that there are no more stones, and we need to be sure that the stent hasn't moved. It's very rare that happens, but we need to be sure.
This is 6 hours later. He just told us it's a no-no, and now he's saying, well, we have to.
And at this point, that's on my birthday. So I had the surgery Sunday. My birthday was Wednesday, and I should have gone home by then. I feel like I shouldn't have been. And they were like, I don't know why you're still in pain. So they'd send me CT scan. Everything was normal. Everything was fine. Well, your nerves are just overstimulated at this point from having the stone in there for 4 years, that they're just overstimulating and just shooting pain signals. It's kind of like internal PTSD. I think that was his metaphor. I don't think. But anyway, so I was like, okay. And at this point, I have gotten off IV Dilaudid, but I am taking Dilaudid pills. I'm trying not to take them unless I have no other option and I am in pain, like it's a high level of pain. But I'm still taking them at least 2-3 times a day. And so the next day, I had like just taken a Dilaudid pill, and they're like, you can go home. Do a cycle of Tylenol, then 3 hours later, ibuprofen, 3 hours later, Tylenol, 3 hours later, ibuprofen. And in a few days, you should be fine. And I'm like, I'm going from Dilaudid to Tylenol? Whatever. Okay, fine. I just want to go home. Okay, so a few days. It'll be fine. Here we are, a month later. I am still in pain. So I waited like a week and a half. And then I sent a message to the doctor and told him I'm still in pain. It hurts when I breathe too deep. It hurts when I bend over. It hurts if I just stand up and put my daughter's hair in a bun for her ballet recital. I can't do much of anything. I can't live life like this. Is this normal? Like, is it just prolonged taking forever because it was 4 years of nobody figuring it out? Is this normal or not?
She can't go to church because she can't set up in a pew. She can't set upright. She has to kind of slouch.
Yeah, kind of lean. Yeah, right.
So she can't do anything.
If I sit up straight for too long, if I slouch too much, it has to be like a, yeah, kind of like this, kind of laid back halfway. So I said that on Sunday evening. Monday morning, I had a thing on my chart that said you have an appointment for Tuesday at 2 p.m. I was like, oh, good to know. I'll be there. And so I went there, and they did all, whatever. They ended up taking blood, and then again, we don't want to put you through radiation. So once you get an x-ray, and once you get an ultrasound of your abdomen. Okay. So waiting for somebody to call for an x-ray on an abdomen, but I was able to set up online the ultrasound. But then nobody had anything until the 19th of May. I'm like, that's 3 weeks away at that point. And so my dad was like, well, just call the place that you have set up for the ultrasound and ask if you can be put on a list. If somebody cancels, can you call me and I'll take that cancellation? And so I did, and they were like, well, we don't do that, but you can call every morning and afternoon and see if there's cancellations. And I was like, okay. But I told Wes, it's like, I can call in the morning, but by the afternoon I've already eaten, and they don't want you to eat or drink anything for 6 hours before the ultrasound. So I can call every morning. And then the x-ray, I ended up calling, and I was like, I need to set up an x-ray because I didn't feel like waiting. They were like, if you wait for a week and nobody's called you, call this number. So I just called the number. I was like, I'm supposed to get an x-ray. And the guy's like, I hate it that they do this. You don't have to make an appointment for an x-ray. You can just walk in wherever you want to walk in. Just go walk in and do. Are you kidding me? So the next day, that was the Friday after my Tuesday appointment. Friday after a Tuesday appointment, I went in and got the x-ray. That Friday morning before we left, I called at 8 a.m. That's when they open. I called and I was like, do you have any cancellations? I would have an ultrasound set up for the 19th, but I'd really like to get it earlier because I'm having pain every single day. Do you have any cancellations that I could take? And the lady was like, well, I don't have any for today. Where are you willing to go? Any of the, I was like, anywhere. I don't care. She's like, you willing to go to New Kent? It's like 55, it says it's 55 miles from your location. I was like, I don't care. I will go. She said, okay. They have an appointment that's open for 8:45 in the morning come Monday. I said, sign me up. So I was able to get it quick.
Isn't that weird? I don't want to drive that far. I want to get fixed.
Oh, I will drive wherever. And it was a little over an hour. It's like an hour and 5 minutes. But I was like, whatever, get it done. And so, yep, all that came back normal. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess that's good, but now what? And that's what I said to the doctor. I was like, now what? And then later on the Monday after my ultrasound, like they pushed down for an ultrasound, and right in the spot where you hurt, because they got to get the imaging, I felt horrific. I couldn't sit without pain that day. I couldn't do anything.
You were crying at dinner?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was hurting bad.
You were crying at dinner?
Thursday, yeah, it was bad. Thursday was the first day where I was like, okay, it's better than, I mean, I still don't want to live like this, but it's better than it was the last 3 days. And I'm just like, hello, knock, 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 doctor. And the nurse got back to me. He's like, okay, I forwarded your message to the doctor. And he's at a conference, but he'll get back to you. I'm like, so I got a message today. And it said, your x-ray and your ultrasound are fine. So I've put in this medication in the pharmacy. Take it at nighttime because it's going to make you drowsy. I'm like, and? Like, what is it for? Why am I taking it? How long am I taking it for? What the heck? Like,
what is it?
Right. And I'm like, why are you just sending, couldn't you speak to me? Like, even like a video conference would have been nice, like to talk to somebody. But I did my own research, and it's a medication that when you first look it up, it says an antidepressant. But I'm taking a lower dose than that. And it is, when you take a lower dose, it is for nerve-related pain and chronic pain. So, they're going with the theory that my nerves are overstimulated. That's what I'm assuming, since this is the medication.
Nerve damage.
Oh, no, it didn't say nerve damage, it just said overstimulated. They have to calm down. So after 4 years of being in pain, overstimulated nerves, this is apparently supposed to calm them down. So I had to send a message back and say, okay, how long? I mean, this isn't a long-term thing, right? Like, how long am I going to be on this medication? Just until the pain eases, correct? Also, when am I supposed to get the stent out? Nobody's called to schedule that. Is that not happening until the pain is gone? Or does that get scheduled? Does that matter?
Because it's been a month now. It's been a month. It's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month. And when I left the hospital, they were like, someone will call you within a couple weeks to get that scheduled to have your stent taken out in a couple months. And I was like, okay. Nobody's called to schedule
and all
anything.
your CT scan says it hasn't moved.
Right.
So it's not like you've passed it.
No. So anyway, that's where we're at. And waiting for the pharmacy to have it filled so I can try that. And I really, really, really am hoping it works. I'm hoping this is the end of a 4-year-long, I don't even know what to call it, but it hasn't been fun. So I'm really, fingers crossed, I'm hopeful that this takes care of it, and I can get on with life.
Literally, she gets out of the hospital, she books 19 shows in one day.
That month, yeah, I got out of the hospital on Thursday and just kind of laid around the house Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That Monday,
she booked 19 shows in one day. Any other time, we'd be, let's go out to dinner, let's celebrate, let's do it up big.
I was like,
she gets up from the desk, she goes to the couch and cries because she's in pain from sitting at a desk.
Yep.
It wasn't like she was doing anything. She wasn't cutting down trees. She wasn't doing manual labor. She was sitting at a desk typing.
Yep. I still can't sit at the desk and do much. I don't last long doing office work. I do what I need to get done. Then I gotta sit on the couch and kind of sit back a little bit more. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it at all. Her
exercise, instead of doing 5 miles a day on the treadmill or on our trails or going to the gym and working out, it's literally walking to our mailbox and back, and she's hurting.
Yep.
It's like a football field. It's like 100 yards.
That was me being frustrated, and that's the reason I'm doing that is I am frustrated. I am just I'm over sitting on my butt.
You had blood clots from sitting in the hospital for 30 days.
Right.
You've literally been sitting on the couch for 30 days.
And I just broke down one night and told Wes, I said, well, tomorrow I'm going to quote unquote push myself by walking up the driveway and back. Because sitting on my butt like they told me to do isn't working. Maybe if I do the opposite of what they told me to do, it'll work. And I kid you not, I have quote unquote pushed myself, which included doing the dishes and walking up the driveway and back, and been in so much pain for the rest of the day. Today, all I did was I got my boys dressed to go outside. That's all it took. It's just frustrating when you are so used to being able to do stuff.
The boys, they hear stuff. They're only 5. But one day she had an attack after eating breakfast.
Yeah, I was at the hospital, and they were like, "You need to eat." I hadn't had an appetite. I didn't want to eat.
I think it was 3 days you hadn't eaten at all.
And yeah, well, I hadn't eaten anything after the sushi. I hadn't eaten on Saturday. I didn't eat on Sunday. Yeah, this had to have been Monday because you went and took Lana to ballet, and I ate breakfast, and then I didn't eat much of it, and I felt horrific. I got into so much pain, and Wes told that to somebody, and Julian was listening, and he brought them by to see me after after he took Lana to ballet. He brought all 3 of them by to visit. And Julian goes, "Mommy, I love you. I want you to feel better. Don't eat breakfast anymore, okay?" I was like, "Okay, buddy." It was so sweet. "I love you, Mommy. I want you to feel better. Don't eat breakfast."
And Lana's at home. I'm sleeping in the hospital with Natalie again every night on a plastic couch. Lana's putting the kids to bed. Lana's feeding them. Lana's brushing their teeth. It's Lana, 14-year-old daughter with 2 5-year-old boys in the house. Neighbors are checking on them. Church friends are checking on them. In-laws are checking on them.
That made me feel so much better that people were stopping by throughout. I'm like, I think she had somebody visit just about every day.
But still, that's a lot.
It's so much. But it made me feel better that she had people stopping by. I think that was good.
Well, I told Natalie we have to have that happen so it's not Groundhog Day for her.
Right.
And she heard me say that, and she didn't get the reference. She said, "What does Groundhog Day have to do with this?"
That's funny. But she was amazing. She was, I mean, she stepped up. She didn't complain. She was a little mom for a week, and yeah, she kept them alive. Can't complain. She did a great job. She did very good.
And
very proud of her.
20 years of being with Natalie, doing shows with Natalie. Natalie sets up the show. Natalie does so much behind the scenes. I have to revamp my show to make it a one-man show. And part of the reason I love having Natalie with me is being on the road, experiencing the shows with someone else. She is my backbone. She's my support. She's everything. I'm back to doing shows by myself.
I went to one show, and it about killed me. I was so done. I barely did anything. He loaded everything in. He loaded everything out. I did start helping a set up because it's just habit. But I pretty much sat, and I was just kind of there, and it didn't work. I was in so much pain, so I haven't gone to another show since. But I haven't gone to church. I haven't been able to go to Bible study.
But the shows are fine. The people like the show. The show's good. But people are used to seeing you and the kids.
Yeah.
People like that. But a lot of people haven't seen me before, so they don't know.
Right.
And the shows are great. The audience claps. They have fun. It's great. Everything's wonderful. But to me, it's not the show that I want to give them.
Well.
You know what I mean?
It's the show that we have right now. But again, hopefully all that changes. I'm really hoping. I'm going to ask my dad tomorrow how long until the stuff kicks in. Like, is it a day? Is it a week? Because they didn't tell me that either. But I think my dad will know. So I'm going to ask him tomorrow. Because tomorrow's Mother's Day, so they're coming here.
And Natalie has her health coaching business.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie's checking in with customers.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie is...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like this.
Did you stick to your plan this week? Did you do this?
Yep.
I have another idea for you. I think
I'm
you'll
not
try
that
this.
smushed over, but yeah, I'm about like this. I'm calling them and talking to them, keeping up with them, and then we do a weekly Zoom, which obviously I missed the one that I was in the hospital, and then when I was fresh out of the hospital, we skipped that one too. So I missed 2 Zooms. We do a weekly Zoom with all the clients together, and share wins, and if anybody has something that's working really well for them, they can share that. And then I just talk about something nutrition related, and that's it. It's like a 30-minute Zoom. And I used to do that like what we do with podcasts, where I'm sitting on a stool and sitting up, and I still can't do that. And so I'm just downstairs on the couch doing the Zooms.
Our podcasts have been on the couch.
Yep. He's been extremely disappointed in me for 2 weeks in a row with podcasts. I'm like, it's either we do it on the couch or you do it by yourself. So
I want my
choose.
girl. I want my girl.
And so we've done it on the couch. And I mean, unless that medication kicks in a day, in 24 hours, we at least have one more on the couch.
The homeschooling the boys.
That has not happened since I got it done before I went to the hospital on that Friday that I went to the hospital, but it hasn't been done since. I'm gonna try, and that'll be one of the things I push myself to do come Monday. I gotta get them.
And Lana and I'll help you round them up and do all that.
I might need you to sit there in a race.
Also, you have your graduation coming up.
I'm supposed to walk for my graduation this coming Friday.
She got her master's in nutrition last year. Last year, I felt like I was doing all the driving to and from shows by myself, which I was, because the boys are watching TV. Lana's got her head in the phone, and Natalie's in the back of the RV in the back bedroom studying.
Schoolwork. Yeah. Writing papers, reading stuff. Yeah. I was in the back doing schoolwork. And I graduated. I technically graduated in December, but they don't have a December ceremony. I went to Liberty. I did the online. And so, but they do in May. And they do everybody in May, even if you graduate in December. So I get to go walk this coming Friday. And so I'm hoping this medication works, and I'm hoping it'll kick in before Friday. I don't know if that's possible or not. Because I'm going to walk, but I would like it not to be miserable.
And you graduated with honors.
I did. High distinction. I had a 4.0. So, I definitely want to walk. But I would like to enjoy it and not be in pain the whole time. We'll see.
But during all this, we've had family and friends reach out. I have magician friends that I don't really even talk to that much. People from other magic groups reaching out to me. I just want to see how your wife's doing. I'm praying for you.
It's very sweet.
You got a letter in the mail today from somebody sending you a card just saying thinking of you and wishing you all the best.
Yep.
I'm taking the kids to church by myself. I'm taking them to Bible study by myself. Natalie's just sitting at home.
It's all crock pot meals or meals that take like 5 minutes to make. That's all that's happening. And it's crock pot meals that don't take much chopping. So if it's a crock pot meal, but you got to chop a lot of stuff to get it in there, I can't do it because it hurts to stand and chop. This is what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, I feel.
What do you think about compassion for other people being sick now? Do you think of it different now that you've been in it?
Well, I think I definitely, would never, ever, ever, ever not believe somebody. If you tell me you don't feel good, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say you don't feel good. I would never, ever be like, oh, that person's got to be faking. You know what I mean?
I can't see it.
Right, I know.
I'm not saying that I'm fake. I'm telling her she's faking it.
Exactly.
But she doesn't have an injury you can see.
No. And when I was going to the doctors, especially that one that I know didn't believe me, I wasn't in pain that day. I never had an attack. If I had had an attack on a doctor's appointment day, I probably would have had to call him and be like, I'm at the emergency room right now, instead of at the doctor's appointment. So, just because somebody doesn't look like they're in pain.
But she also tries to be polite. Doesn't mean she's smiling. Go back and look at 4 years of our podcast. She'll be going, hey, that's fascinating. That's awesome. You're putting on a show. It's entertainment. When you go to the doctor, you don't want to go in there going, I just don't feel good. I just don't feel. Unless you're in the moment right there.
Right.
She has the moment 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't want to tell him I'm in pain when I'm not in pain because I don't want to lie about it. But then I'm just not believed.
But she also is smiling and talking to him and shaking their hand and, hey, how are you? I have something called a flippy floppy. It feels like a.
That's what
She
I
calls
call
it,
it.
and she's got a smile on her face, and
And
she's
you
got
know, and
makeup
he
on.
told me at one point, I don't remember which doctor we went to. He's like, just don't call it a flippy floppy. And so I didn't. I said it's this feeling of like it's almost like it's like an organ that's turning over that shouldn't. It really hurts. And he pipes up and he goes, yeah, so that's the pain that she calls a flippy floppy. And I'm like, you told me not to call it that.
I'm an
And
idiot. I'm an idiot.
yeah, I tried my best not to call it that, and he calls it that. But anyway, yes, I would. It's. I mean, I would never ever not believe somebody if they told me they're in pain.
But
Ever.
4 years having a stone in your bile duct. What does that mean? No one thought about it.
Right. Why did nobody check? Why did nobody see? Why did nobody think?
Now you
That.
have. Now you've gone septic, which we found out is really bad. You can die from that. That's why he didn't want to cut you. That's why it was emergency surgery.
Right.
That's why it was bad. It was so bad, but no one told us that. We had to Google that when we got home.
Right.
We don't know this stuff.
Like I don't know if they just don't tell you because they want to freak you out, or I don't, or maybe they just assumed we knew. But yeah, it was, yeah. Things can go from you're absolutely fine to you're in a lot of trouble really, really fast. So, like, yeah, yep. I mean, 4 years ago when I was at the hospital, I believe God was on my side, keeping me here a couple times. And I think he did it again this time. Because, I mean, it could have gone bad several times.
If you'd have waited till Tuesday, it might have been too late.
And yeah, if I had, I'm sure if I had stayed home.
Well, think about the fevers that you had.
Right. I'm saying if I had stayed home and had that fever and just not, no, they put me on antibiotics right away, IV antibiotics right away. I wouldn't have had that at home.
Right.
So who knows how bad, you know what I mean? I could be dead. But luckily I'm still kicking.
But how awesome has your husband been through all this? Come on, tell everybody.
He's all right. No, he's done really good. He's been awesome. He went. I was at the hospital with me as much as he could be. He went home every day, obviously, because the kids had to check on the kids. But he also took Lana to her ballet and took Lana to her musical theater because she needed some normalcy during that week. But he always came back, and he was always at the hospital sleeping overnight with me. He's done the dishes and taking care of the kids, and just I can't do anything, so he's been doing it. I do a load of laundry a day, pretty much.
But this is Wes Iseli's Magic Life, and I said in episode 1, Wes Iseli's Magic Life started with you. You're my everything. I love you. I need you better.
I do too. I want to be better.
We need to figure this out.
I don't enjoy. You think, you're like, if I could just have a week of just sitting on my butt on the couch. Trust me, you don't want to. I mean, you might want like a few hours, but.
How many books have you read this month?
I don't know, 10. A lot. I've read a lot. I love to read, but I'm at the point of I'm sick of reading. I just want to be able to take a walk. Like more than up the driveway and back. I want to be able to walk up the driveway to the street and be there and be able to stay there while my boys and Lana ride their bikes. I can't do that right now.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Magic Life. We want to show you guys everything, tell you guys everything.
This is the non-magical part of Magic Life.
But this is Wes Iseli's Magic Life. Wes Iseli's going through this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
so is Natalie Isley.
We want to show you guys everything, and we don't want to pull punches. And this is something that's been really hard on our family. It's been hard on every single person in the family. Lex, Julian, Lana, me, Natalie. Especially Natalie. Especially Natalie. But we all need our mommy. And this Sunday is Mother's Day.
Yep.
So you got your parents coming over.
Yeah, they said, don't worry, we're just gonna come to your house and we're gonna bring everything that we're gonna eat, and Wes and your dad are gonna grill. I was like, sounds perfect. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
But I don't know. Magic Life's always about creating wonder, making everything magical. But one of the coolest things about Wes Iseli's Magic Life is I get to do everything with my family. And no matter what happens in show business, on stage, off stage, we face it together and we get through it.
Yep.
And we're a hell of a team.
For better, for worse, in sickness and in health.
I'm sleeping beside you
till
on that
death
couch.
do us part.
I'm hitting that button for nurses to take care of you, making sure you're getting your medicine, making sure the doctors. All right, don't call it a flippy floppy. It's a flippy floppy. I'm trying to get all the words out. I'm trying to recap for the doctors.
Yeah.
Lana is taking care of the boys. Lana's taking care of the kids, taking care of the cats. I'm coming home feeding the bunnies and the birds and the ducks, and
Yeah.
we're doing the best we can. And, you know, a lot of people have reached out and how's things going? I told the lady at church this week, how's Natalie? She's on the couch. She's a lump. I've had a lump for a wife for a month now. You're a
Not
lump.
fun. I don't like being a lump. I'm over it. I've been over it.
Well, hopefully it's new medication. It's nerve damage. It'll take care of it. And we're done. We hoped that when you got the stone out, we would be dancing
Yes.
out of the hospital.
I thought I was having the surgery that Sunday. I thought I was going to be gone Monday and walking out of there all happy and like seriously walking out of there. I couldn't walk. There was no way to walk. Anyway.
Took you out of the hospital in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't walk to the car. He took me to the car in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk that far without pain. But
Anyway, that's this week's
been a
episode.
ride.
Hope you guys have fun. Now you know everything. We're not pulling any punches. We're telling you everything. She's twitching her legs so much because she's in pain.
Sorry.
And but that's just our life right now. She's going through it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna get her downstairs to the couch. She can just sit there and be a lump in a different room.
Yay.
Only thing we have left to say is see you next week.
Check us out online at wesisley.com and patreon.com/Wes_Isley for behind-the-scene videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Iseli, spelled Wesiseli.